welcome back to the PT Roundtable. I'm your host, Dan Burrow, and I'm here with Ryan, Carter, and Jesse to answer your most frequently asked questions about physical therapy. Today we'll be talking about a condition called plantar fasciitis.
So plantar fasciitis is the inflammation of the plantar fascia of the foot. So what that is a fibrous band of tissue on the bottom part of your foot. Yes. If this is your foot, right, the bottom part is here, correct?
Yeah.
Right? So plantar fascia attaches to the heel and then goes forward, splays out to the toes. That becomes inflamed. So that part of the foot is very important in what we call the windlass mechanism, because it basically provides tension in the foot when you go to plant off and take a step so that foot doesn't collapse.
All right, so without further ado, let's get to your questions. The first question comes from Slow Start Steve. He writes, I have a sharp pain in the bottom of my foot in front of my heel the first couple of steps after I get out of bed, and then I'm fine. What is that?
So that is pretty classic plantar fasciitis symptoms.
Yeah, and usually as we sleep, our foot and our toes are usually down if they're in the bed, right? So if I'm in the sheets and my toes are down like this is in a shortened position all night, that plantar fascia. And so then when they wake up, they get this really big stretch to it that causes a lot of that pain.
And that leads into our next segment. This is called Don't Do That. And our panelists are going to compete to buzz in and tell us what the person in this situation is doing wrong. This comes from Hobbling and Hatley. My heel started hurting 2 weeks ago. I can't even put my heel on the ground, so I'm walking on my toe on the painful side. The pain is just getting worse and worse. Help.
Buzz.
Ryan?
So with that plantar fasciitis, when that toe is in a down position, as in walking just on your toe there, you're keeping that in a shortened position. So they're feeding into plantar fasciitis more by walking on their toes. They're not allowing for full range of motion. That's leading to a worsening case of plantar fasciitis.
And going further from that, then, I mean, how would we treat that as PTs?
Well, get them walking correctly again, one. Try to get the inflammation.
It hurts right away, though.
Try to do things to offload it, get the inflammation down. The other thing you can do is look at how they're walking, right? So their normal gait mechanics. If they are, for instance, using their calf way too much to propel them forward, and they're not using their glutes at all to drive themselves forward, you're putting even more load and stress into that plantar fascia. If you can change the way they walk a little bit and offload some of that, that can take enough of that pressure off to let them heal.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you know what that sound means? It's time for the bonus round. Today we're going to be playing a little game called I May Be Dumb, But I'm Not Stupid. So in this game, I'm going to ask you, or I'm going to read you a quote, and you guys are going to have to write and tell me if you think this is a pro athlete or Homer Simpson that said this quote. My sister's expecting a baby, and I don't know if I'm going to be an uncle or an aunt. Okay, flip them. Oh, this is actually athlete, former NBA center Chuck Nevitt. Stupidity got us into this mess, and stupidity will get us out.
He's doing process of elimination.
I started writing before you were even done with the quote.
Okay, let's see him.
That's definitely Homer.
Yep. Points for all three. That's Homer Simpson. Next one. Trying is the first step towards failure. Who is it? This is Homer. Volunteering is for suckers. Did you know that volunteers don't even get paid for the stuff they do?
These are great. Where'd you get these from?
You guys are good. That is Homer Simpson.
I believe he said it to Lisa.
You got one more. It's particularly relevant. Therapy can be a good thing. It can be therapeutic. Let's see it.
Hold on.
You get bonus points if you could name sport. It is an athlete. Alex Rodriguez.
A-Rod! Let's go!
You wrote A-Rod.
Let's go!
With authority.
He deserves to win that.
That's all for today's episode. Thanks for watching. If you guys had fun, give us a like or share with your friends.